Seong Gi-hun, player 456, gets a haircut and suddenly turns into a cold-blooded killer. He forms an improvised SWAT team to take down the Squid Game organization, putting not only their lives in danger, but also all of those remaining participants' lives at risk. Quite a big responsibility for our dear little entrepreneur Seong Gi-hun, who might just have sent all the surviving players straight to the slaughterhouse. Did he crunch the numbers right? Or was he on some of Thanos' crazy drugs? Let's find out. My name is Sofiane, and I've just finished watching Squid Game Season 2. Honestly, given the massive success and high quality of the first season, I expected the typical dragged out plot designed to suck money like a fat, greedy leech. But that wasn't the case. The direction was actually well done, and I found myself pleasantly surprised. The unstoppable detective Won Jun-ho has been miserably failing to locate the islands of the Squid Game for 2 years. It's like a dog chasing its tail. Meanwhile, Seong Gi-hun, besides getting a haircut, became a weapon expert and a small-time entrepreneur, if you can call him that, by founding investigators for 2 years to track down the recruiter, aka the salesman, the guy who handed him the ticket to the bloodbath. Once this investigator finally spotted him, we started to go somewhere, giving us the chance to learn more about this salesman. He's ruthless, violent, and doesn't hesitate to eliminate people. I kinda like this guy already. Yet, he's oddly consistent with his principles. Almost loyal, if you will. He's the first to strictly follow the rules of the games, even risking his own life. A man who does it not just for work, but also for passion. A true born bastard. I can't imagine how many times he risked his own life throughout his recruiting career. Meanwhile, Detective Jun-ho continues to suck at his investigations until he randomly bumps into player 456. Armed to the teeth, they attempt an ambush on the game organizers. But obviously, they fail miserably. The plan falls apart and Gi-hun is swiftly thrown back into the walls of Squid Game. Here we get to meet the new characters, but though in my opinion they don't quite compare to those from season 1. We have a weird shaman lady throwing curses at people, a crypto influencer trader, just like today's one, who financially ruined countless people, including his own sister who also ended up in the games. Our successful trader doesn't get a warm welcome, as you can see. He immediately finds himself surrounded by the people he scammed. Typical, right? Among them is their leader, Thanos, a crazy purple-haired rapper that only God knows how that happened. He is one of the few characters who takes the challenge with a carefree and cheerful attitude. A rare quality. I must say, he had some energy in the series. Oh, I almost forgot. He's a drug addict. Another interesting character is Hyun-ju, a former Special Forces soldier discharged after revealing she wanted to transition. Maybe it's my lack of attention on details, but I didn't even notice. Honestly, it's the first time I've seen a trans character in a series or movie portrayed as competent in combat and part of the Special Forces. She's one of the few characters who genuinely forms bond with other players. Then we have the mother-son duo, who accidentally ended up in the game. This duo is one of the few glimpses of humanity left in Squid Game. All good until the cowardly son makes some questionable decisions and realizes he almost killed his own mother. Now let's talk about the man upstairs, Mr. Frontman. This season he found it too boring to watch the massacre from his fancy office, so he infiltrates the game as player 1. Right off the bat, he comes across as a total bastard, definitely not someone to joke with. Besides a few violent outbursts, I find him surprisingly calm throughout the games. At one point he even saves 456 lives. Despite his frequent appearance, I still have no clue about his intentions or real motivations. But now let's talk about the real plot twist. Seong Gi-hun formed an improvised team surprisingly full of ex-military to take down the Squid Game organization. I never saw that coming. The team makes good progress and even seems to overpower the Squid Game soldiers. Which makes sense, since they're fighting broke, inexperienced kids with zero combat skills. But eventually, due to lack of ammo and reinforcements, the team runs out of steam and gets defeated. Frontman then punished 456, making him taste the pain that he had almost forgotten since season 1, by killing his best friend right in front of him. The remaining team members seems to be wiped out except for Hyunju, who survived only because she went back for more ammo. Seong Gi-hun must now face the consequences of his revolt. It's highly likely that the remaining players will pay the price in blood. From here on, things will only get tougher for the players. 456 should have considered the extremely low chance of success, and maybe it was better to not start a rebellion at all. Remember that for this plane, he had to let his own teammates die. Maybe if they had known about the incoming attack from the Circle team, they wouldn't have been brutally slaughtered. To even add, this could eliminate the possibility of voting or worse, lead to even more brutal games, all blamed on Seong Gi-hun. In short, our poor 456 is in for a world full of suffering. All in all, Season 2 truly surprised me, especially after the massive success of Season 1. The only downside is that the secondary characters are forgettable, with little personality, and some of their stories feel like they're not going anywhere. Well, personally, I give it an 8.5 out of 10, and I can't wait for the next season. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about Squid Game here in the comments, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay strong.